everyone, I'm Vizarra as Co-Wonder 1, and here are my co-wonders. Mark Justin Noka as Co-Wonder 2, John Russell Bandong as Co-Wonder 3, Ramos as Co-Wonder 4, and Michelle Gonzales as Co-Wonder 5. And we are Wonderlistic. Hello guys! Do you want to learn about ballistic? If you want to find out, let's proceed to Co-Wonder 2.
Thank you, Commander 1. Now, what is ballistic? Ballistic is a crucial in forensic investigation, especially in cases involving firearms and shooting incidents. Forensic ballistic involves the examination and analysis of the ballistic evidence, such as spent cartridge, bullets, casing, and firearms, and related residues by examining these pieces of evidence. Forensic expert can determine the type of firearm used to match the bullet to specific weapons, reconstruct shooting evidence, and provide expert testimony in the criminal cases. Ballistic also play a role in firearm and ammunition design, as well as the development of protective gear and armor. By understanding the behavior of projectiles, manufacturers can improve accuracy, efficiency, and safety. Ballistic combines specific principles, mathematical calculation, and empirical evidence to study the behavior of projectiles, enabling the investigation of shootings, incidents, and contributing to advancement in firearms, technology, and forensic science. Back to you, Kawando.
Thank you, Co-Wonder 2. And now, let's proceed to Co-Wonder 3, who will explain the 4 types of ballistic.
Thank you, Co-Wonder 1. Now, here are the 4 types of ballistic: internal ballistic, transitional ballistic, external ballistic, and terminal ballistic. The first one is internal ballistic. It is also known as initial ballistic or interior ballistic. Internal ballistic takes place at durations of about 2 milliseconds from the point of firing the pin or striker to the exit of the bullet through the muscles of the barrel. It is the first phase that involves the analysis of the propulsions that the flight of projectiles. Considering a bullet fired from a rifle, it has more energy when composed to being fired for a shotgun. This is because the energy of the bullet different from one source to another. These propulsions of a bullet from a shotgun and a rifle is explained in internal ballistics. The internal ballistics is involved in the study of the bullet when released from the source. Second is transitional ballistic. It is also known as an intermediate ballistics. It involves the mediator between two regimes, internal and external ballistics. Intermediate ballistic is a process that initiates soon after the propagations of the bullet. It deals with the study of behavior of the projectiles from propagation to the time of gas equalization of pressures. Third one is external ballistic. It is considered with the flight of the bullet after leaving the barrel. It is the second phase that studying the condition when the bullet is about to hit the target and leave the projectiles. It analyzes the path of the projectiles. And the last one is terminal ballistic. The last phase of the ballistics is known as terminal ballistics. It deals with the impact of projectiles. This helps to understand how one can know about the Wonder ballistics. And that's all. Back to you, Commander 1.
Thank you, Co-Wonder 3. So let's proceed to the advantages and disadvantages of ballistics. So here are some key advantages of ballistic. The first one is forensic investigation. Ballistic plays a crucial role in the forensic investigation involving firearms and shooting incidents. It helps forensic experts analyze ballistic evidence such as spent cartridge, bullets, and firearm-related residue. to determine the type of firearm used, match bullet to specific weapons, and reconstruct shooting events. This assists in the identification of suspects, understanding the dynamics of a crime scene, and providing crucial evidence in criminal cases. The second one is crime prevention and public safety. Ballistic analysis contributes to the crime prevention and public safety. By studying ballistic patterns and trends, law enforcement agencies can identify high crimes areas, understand weapon use patterns, and devise targeted strategies for crime prevention and intervention. Ballistic can also assist in the firearm tracing, helping authorities track the movement of illegal firearms and identify potential sources of weapons in criminal activities. The third one is firearm design and performance. Ballistic research and analysis drive advancements in firearm design and performance. By studying the behavior of projectiles, manufacturers can improve the accuracy, reliability, and effectiveness of firearms. Ballistic data helps optimize barrel length, twist rate, bullet design, and other factors to enhance overall performance of firearms. The next one is ammunition. Ammunition development The next one is ammunition development. Ballistic research aids in the development of ammunition with improved ballistic characteristics by understanding the interaction between bullets, propellants, and firearm systems. Researchers can design ammunition that delivers optimal performance, including higher muzzle velocity, better terminal ballistics, and reduced recoil. And lastly, personal protection and armor design. Ballistic analysis is crucial in the development of personal protection gear and armor. By studying the behavior of projectiles upon impact with different materials, researchers can design protective equipment to withstand ballistic threats. This includes body armor, helmets, vehicle armor, and etc. So that's all for the advantages of ballistic. On the other side, let's proceed with disadvantage. Commander 4.
Thank you, Commander 1. Now, let's proceed to disadvantage of ballistics. There are also a few disadvantages or limitations to consider. Complexity and expertise. Ballistics analysis is a specialized field that requires extensive knowledge, expertise, and training interpreting ballistics evidence and conducting true investigations required skilled forensics experts and analysis. Limited availability of experts and the complexity of the subject matter can pose challenge in conducting accurate and timely analysis. Variability and factors. Ballistic analysis can be affected by the numerous variables and factors. Variations in ammunition, firearms environment conditions, and shooting techniques can impact the behavior and characteristics of projectile. These factors introduce complexity and uncertainty in interpreting ballistics evidence accurately, particularly when attempting to link a specific firearm to a crime. Lack of standardization. Standardization of protocols and methodologies across different laboratories and jurisdictions may be lacking in some cases. This can lead inconsistencies in ballistic analysis and interpretations, potentially affecting and reliability and the acceptance of the evidence in legal proceedings. Limited information in certain situations and available ballistics evidence may be insufficient to provide definitive conclusions. Factors such as incomplete or fragmented projectiles, degraded evidence, or limited access to firearms can limit the amount of quality of information, ability of analysis. This may be result in conclusiveness of ambiguous findings, times and resources. Ballistics analysis can be time-consuming and resource-intensive. The examination of ballistics evidence often required specialized equipment, facilities, and access to database of comparison purpose. The backlog of case and the need for extensive analysis can contribute to delays in proceeding evidence and obtaining results. Contextual limitation. Ballistic analysis provide insights to the behavior and the characteristics of projectile, but it does not always provide a complete picture of the circumstances surrounding a crime. Additional investigative techniques and evidence such as witness statements, crime scene analysis, and DNA analysis are often needed to establish a comprehensive understanding of a case. It is important to recognize these limitations and address them through ongoing research, standardization efforts, and the continued development of forensic techniques and technologies despite and disadvantage. Ballistic analysis remains a valuable tool in a crime investigation, forensic science, and firearm-related research. And that's all. Back to you, Kawander 1.
Thank you, Kawander 4. And last but not the least, let's proceed to Kawander 5, who will explain the scientific method of ballistic.
Thank you, Kawander 1, and this is the last topic we will share. The scientific method of ballistics. The scientific method can be applied in the study of ballistics in several ways. Here's how it can be related to the field. Observations and questions. The scientific methods begin with making observation and asking questions. In the context of ballistics, this could involve observing the behavior of projectiles, the effect of different factors, for example, velocity, angle, mass, other trajectories, or the performance of various materials in terms of ballistic protection. Questions may arise, such as what factors affect the range of projectile, or how does the shape of bullet affect its flight's characteristic. Hypothesis. A hypothesis is a tentative explanation or prediction that can be tested. In ballistics, researchers will propose hypotheses related to the behavior of projectiles, such as increasing the massive velocity of a bullet will result in a longer range, or a bullet with a higher ballistic coefficient will experience less drags and maintain velocity better. Experimentation. To test hypotheses, experiments are designed and conducted. In the case of ballistic, experiments may involve setting up control conditions, varying parameters, for example, projectile velocity, angle of launch, environmental conditions, and measuring the outcomes. For example, range, accuracy, penetration. These experiments can be conducted in laboratories, firing ranges, or through computer simulation. Data collection and analysis. During experimentation, data is collected and analyzed. Measurements are taken and variables are recorded. Statistical analysis and mathematical models can be used to interpret the data and draw conclusions. For example, trajectory data can be analyzed to determine the effect of different factors on projectile flight paths. Conclusion and theory formation. Based on the data and analysis, conclusions are drawn and hypotheses are accepted, rejected, or modified. In ballistics, this may involve forming theories or models that describe the behavior of projectiles or the effectiveness of various ballistic protection materials. These theories are refined and updated as more data is collected and analyzed. Peer review and replication. In the scientific community, it's essential for research to undergo peer review and be subject to replication by other scientists. This ensures the reliability and validity of the findings. Other researchers may replicate experiments, analyze the data independently, and provide feedback or critique. This process helps to validate scientific claims and improve the understanding of ballistics. By following these steps of the scientific method, scientists can systematically investigate and understand the principles, behaviors, and applications of ballistics. It allows for the accumulations of knowledge and the refinements of theories and technologies related to projectiles and the trajectories. And that's all. Back to you, Kawander.
And that's all for today, mga Kawanders. I hope you learned something about ballistic. Thank you for watching!
Bye!